Nation. This is the start of June. This week we get into gladiator games. So we're going to go over numbers and get into gladiator games. Got me and Benji here in the film garage. We're going to go over this week's, what we've got going on in last week's numbers. So last week as a company, we were 549 installs. That's our best so far.
It's a lot of accounts.
The start of this week, we're on fire. So I'm going to go over top offices of last week. Detroit was 146. Actually, it's still amazing. But Mike, thanks for reminding us that your team's mortal, not immortal, because it gives Lafayette feel like they have a chance that they can pass you. They're right behind you at 129.
It's pretty close.
Close. Jackson, dinner on me, though, if you guys pass them this month. Mike, dinner for you if you don't let it happen. Shreveport had their best week of the summer, 71 installs. Their per rep average was over 6.5 accounts per rep. So they're killing it.
They have days, multiple days a week where they full hack as an office. So a lot of groups that'll only happen one time a summer, if ever, and they're doing it consistently on a weekly basis. So it's fun to watch. Yeah,
super fun. They're on fire out there. Mobile 63, being consistent, beating more than their week before. Nashville's at 57. I know they just got a bunch of new reps, so welcome the new reps in Nashville, and it's going to make a really competitive Shreveport, Mobile, Nashville, and Houma each week. So it'll be fun to see the competition between those groups. Houma came in at 53. I was just there seeing Brian run the team with Travis not being there. We don't have a pro spot, but might do Brian for a second on that. And then Baton Rouge at 23. I'll do just kind of by the hip. I'm going to do a pro spotlight on Brian.
Sure.
Brian's first year, I remember meeting him for the first time, hair down to his shoulders.
Was it Travis's wedding? I remember Travis's wedding. He had hair down to here and a beard down to...
Yeah. So we were doing the Blitz in Houma where they're doing the summer. First time meeting them, they had just come over from Vivint. And I remember us doing the first training, and we're in this really crappy Airbnb, and there wasn't enough couches for everyone to sit on. So Brian was sitting on the floor during the first training, and me looking over there. I'm like, is this kid going to be able to pick it up? And worked on it. I remember Brian's pretty naturally reserved, not really loud, is not very confident naturally. But he went out and worked hard, and he's always told me he loves the job because he feels like he can be the person that he wants to be, his best self, when he goes out and does the job. And it creates an environment that he likes himself in. And it gives him confidence. And so his first year, he did 125 accounts, which for me, amazing. And now his fifth summer, he's running the team when Travis isn't there. And it's been awesome to see a rep, the natural progression from first year to help and run a team, and something that you didn't have the natural ability right away, but figured it out and is amazing at the job. So
Brian's crushing.
Mm-hmm, yeah, he's crushing it.
Dinner goal? Are we on dinner goal, or did you do Baton Rouge?
Baton Rouge 23. Yeah, I said so. And
okay.
Baton Rouge also got some new reps, so it'll be fun to see you guys out there. Welcome to the company. Welcome to the team, and I'll be excited to see Baton Rouge numbers start to take off as their first year reps get in and pick it up.
Sweet. Dinner goal winners from last week: Lafayette, Mobile, Shreveport, Nashville, and Houma all won dinner goal. Top 10 veterans for last week: Zach Richardson with 15 accounts, which he's consistently number 1 or 2.
Awesome, because last year he was consistently in the top 10, but not the top 1. So yeah, he's found a new gear.
He's crushing.
Yeah.
Trey Wood with 14 accounts, Jansen Markham with 14 accounts, Ian Meyer 13, Cade DeBell 13. Jackson Powell with 11, Greg Youngins with 11. I like seeing you there, Greg. That's where you should be. Cole Hymas with 9, Bobby Turk with 9, and Alan Castro with 9. You have to be, almost everybody on there's double digits. You have to be double digits to be in the top 10, which is great.
And if you haven't got double digits yet, once you do it, you'll do it again. So if you're getting close, have a goal to do it. Right. So top rookies last week. Grant was the top.
Let's go, Grant.
It's 12 clean accounts. I'm just throw out there. He sold 14 and had or 14 install, but 2 missed their first payment. So make sure you don't fat thumb the first payment and make sure they got the money in the account so we get to hear the number on the podcast. So, but Grant with 12, Ken Bellini with 10, Tyler Kemp.
Ken is also someone that's consistently in the top 10 accounts as a rookie. He played college soccer at the University of Florida. Is that right? Is that where he played?
That's where his wife plays.
Oh,
but
where did he play?
Portland.
No, he played at University of North Carolina.
Yeah, North Carolina. He's played at 3 different schools.
Yeah. He's a competitor, so it's fun to see him continue to be in the top 5.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So Ken Bellini with 10 has been consistently solid. Tyler Kemp with 9. So all 3 of those guys in the
Shreveport.
Yeah, and I was asking them why, and Tyler told me because he's just trying to keep up or sell more than Ken. Those guys are competing, which find awesome. Somebody that and put a target on their back. It'll help you sell better. Tyler Wright with 9, Brian Meyer with 8, Jakai Coker with 7, Darius Austin with 7. He had a 5 a day. So if you do that once, you'll do it again. That made his week. So good job with the 5 in a day. Jay Crapel, 7, Riley Sutton, 7, and Malachi Alec at 6. So good job, first years. Solid numbers.
Okay, so the month of May, as a company, 2,247 installs, which is massive. Detroit with 763. A lot of groups would be happy to do that in an entire summer, and they're doing it in a month, which is ludicrous. Lafayette with 543, Shreveport 237, Mobile 233, Homa 212, Nashville 159, and Baton Rouge was 73.
Okay, reps on the month of May. So we're going to go over vets. If you guys aren't focused on your monthly goal, keep track of your monthly goal, because there's going to be weeks that you're disappointed, but on the month, if you're consistent, you're going to be like, man, I'm surprised what I accomplished in the month. So as we brought up on the weekly numbers, Zachary Richardson at 60, he's on top. Like I said, shifted a new gear. Cole Hymas at 57. Same. I feel like Cole's shifted a new gear. Last year was solid.
He's consistently up there.
Yeah.
Every week, every month.
Trey Woods, 47. Jackson Powell, 44. Both guys are on top in the month. Cade DeBell, so his second year is showing the top 10.
Not a very good basketball player, but a really good sales guy.
Yeah, exactly. We had 42. Yeah, little jab. Ian Meyer, 45. Jansen Markham, 43. Matt Nugent, 32. Matt Larson, 32. And Anson Pulsifer, 31. So good job on the month.
Rookie top 10 on the month. Ken Bellini leading the pack with 35 accounts. Jude Torres also consistently up there with 29 accounts. Grant Clements, 29 accounts. Brian Meyer and Isaac Meyer, both with 29 accounts. Tyler Kemp, 25 accounts. Riley Sutton, 24. Darius Austin, 23. Nathaniel Namendorf, 21. And Malachi Sanders with 19.
Okay. Good job to the rookies on the month. So that being a lot of your guys' first month, just set a goal to beat it. June's going to be a big month for us. Gladiator games are big. Some of my favorite weeks and memories in the summer are Gladiator games, seeing guys, making a mess of their uniform before work, or less friendly competition.
We had a year we did musical chairs with like our office chairs, and by the end of the games we had no more office chairs. Like they were all broke, bent up, We're like, okay, we got to go make a Walmart run. Yeah.
Some of the best memories though come during Gladiator games. So use it to your advantage, compete, motivate your teammate, and go win every day. Competitions, we do need to, we'll put up a little poster of who won. There's 48 winners that won the shoes.
For the blueprint.
There's 48 winners, yeah. So we'll put that up. And we want to go over the deals of the week.
This was a hard decision, so we're giving a few people shout outs, but there was a few really good ones this week.
Yeah, some of them we found just by ghosting into people's pay. But there's 2 accounts that we wanted to give a shout out on. First is Tyler Kemp. So he had a deal that he sold a lot of equipment up front.
So his is a fun one. So he went back to Arizona for the weekend for something he had to go back for. And he texted me and said, hey, can I knock while I'm in Arizona? Can we get a technician? So he knocked while he was at home, sold an account. They had looked into Vivint, or had just recently, I think they hadn't, it wasn't installed. But they had went through the process or whatever. And they looked at the loan amount, and it was like, I don't know what, $4,000 or something like that. And so they had a bunch of equipment they were going to get. And he's like, hey, am I going to make money on this deal? This is what I gave him. And he says, I charged $1,800 for the panel. He had like all the equipment that he had charged. He's like, it was going to cost him like $4,000 or $5,000 with Vivint, and we did it for $2,000. Anyways, his upfront check was $1,580 on that account. Nuts.
Yeah. Yep. The next one is Rhett Lauder. He set up a business. We can't finance businesses, so he sold him all the equipment, made sure he charged a little bit extra, and did $1,525 up front. So close those two, just big deals. If you have someone who doesn't qualify for financing, you can still do a big system.
Sometimes we get in the rut of like thinking we have to give everything for free, and every once in a while you give what you can at no cost or whatever. But if you need to charge someone for something, people are willing to pay. They expect it.
Shout out to those guys that are still financing. Keep putting those deals through. Check and make sure people qualify. We had some rookies that did some deals that were $135 a month. Shout out to Riley. Shout out to guys that are keep on financing, big paychecks there. But that's all for this week. We wanted to make this quick for Gladiator Games. Everybody's got something fun going on planned today. So go out, compete. We're excited for the games, and go make it happen and have a big week.
Yeah, we'll see you next week.